Here on Black Girls Inc. with Sister Goose and Sugar Mommy. Here on Black Girls Inc. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Black Girls Inc. I'm your girl, Sister Goose, and I have here with me my lovely co-host, my mother,
Sugar Mama.
And today we also have as our special guest, Jay-Z. Welcome.
And we're so excited to have you here.
Yes, we
Hello,
are.
Black Girl Link. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we're so excited to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sugar Mama's excited to come back.
Right? Welcome back, Sugar Mama.
Absolutely.
Yes. I just want to say a few good words about you. I have nicknamed Jay-Z my Miss Lady.
Okay.
Because she has such a nice elegance about her.
Okay, Miss
She's
Lady.
such a sweet woman.
Miss Lady, okay.
And I love how she's humble. You know what I mean? Even though she has it all together and everything, and she could be that type of woman, but she's not. She's very humble. So we just say kudos to you on that. And this is my Miss Lady right here, Miss Lady Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You're the queen. I'm the Duchess. I'm only here to serve.
You know another Jay-Z.
So, can you please tell everyone the name of the book that you're talking about today and let them know what it's about?
Ignited Bones, the Operation Moonlight edition. It's a military romance. Takes place in Atlanta, Georgia, and South Georgia. It is a lot of sliding dichotomies with the characters. You're either gonna clutch your pearls or did I just read that? Yeah, exactly. It's like what?
I like that one. Reading
total page turner, and it's different. It's very, very different because it's a love trio. It's an Airborne Rangers love story, but there are a lot of satellite characters. There are the three main characters, which you have the Airborne Ranger, you have Lord Foxington from the English and South Carolina aristocracy, or period, as I would say, and they're both in love with one woman. And she's a beautiful Southern Haitian, Southern Belle queen, and her name is Sable Ann.
Yes. First of all,
yes.
Let me tell you, when I was reading information on your book, and I got me a copy for my phone to read on my device, and I was reading, I was like, I got to get the other parts because I was getting into it, but I was like, there got to be something behind this too, and I need to get the other books so I can understand.
It is.
Yes. I love how you made it a love triangle.
Yes.
I love how you made her a strong woman where she really don't need these men if she really didn't need. If she didn't want them, she don't need them. Okay? But I love how they're drawn to her because of that strong personality. They are drunk off of this woman's empowerment she has in her. And I love it. Yes, because I'm letting her know.
I love those words.
I'm letting her know I read her book, and I know from her expression, she said then she got where I was going with it because she was like, I love that.
Sable
you made it that way.
Yeah, Sable Ann, she's the consummate commitment phobe. And they know it. They know that if they go too far, she's out. Most women want to fall in love and run off into the sunset. By the time the sun sets, Sable Ann's gone. She's out the door. And it's kick. What is it, boy? Bye. Catch me if you can. And she has her vulnerabilities. She's that lovable neurotic, but she's so strong. Her other attributes are so strong and powerful and compelling that you cannot help but, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Reading. And that's what everyone's saying when they read the book.
Yes, because I really, I'm so serious. I love her strong-willed personality.
Yes.
And I say that because a lot of people, the way that she made her, they make that as a downfall about us black women.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And I love that in your book you praise it
Mm-hmm.
I
and
do.
you show that men do. There are men that like women like us that are strong like that.
Yes,
You
yes.
know what I'm saying? That
They
has her
all like
own.
women like us.
Yes, that has her own, that don't need you. You're just an add
Right.
on to what I already
We
got.
don't need nobody to hear.
And I love
Have
that.
to save
And
them.
I really love how she served her country,
Yes.
right? I love
Yeah.
that. I love that you made her a person who served her country. So
Mm-hmm.
she's a strong woman. That's what I mean when I'm saying she's a strong woman. She don't need no man. You just
Mm,
adding on to my Kool-Aid
She's in the
flavor,
army.
baby.
She's in the
yeah.
army.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Sable Land
I
is the
think what's
aura,
that?
not the ornament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not cool. I like that.
Yes, adding taste to the
I'm gonna use
Kool-Aid.
that.
That's what I
You
think of
add
when I think
taste
of
to
Stable
my
Lounge.
Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Right. I
Yeah.
like
So,
that.
what made you write this type of love saga? Because it's totally different. Because when I think of love saga, I think of like old time stories. You know what I mean, Mom? Because I
Mm-hmm.
watched a lot with her. You know, old time stories, and the women are just the ones who's always like falling over the
Right. You're
man.
right.
They're so lost into the man, but yours is different, like I said, because the woman's empowerment in this story. So,
Mm-hmm.
what made you write this type of story?
Because I'm a veteran. I wrote it off my own personality.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
Period.
Didn't know that.
Um,
Thank you
yes,
for your
ma'am.
service.
Thank you. Um, you know, they say if you can't find the book that you want, write it. And I was so tired of women, especially women of color, especially when it comes to interracial relationships, just being vulnerable,
Yes.
needing to
Sensible
be
to everything.
rescued, just rescued all of it's okay to be rescued, but not 24/7, 365. Okay.
Right.
They're seeking her out. She's not seeking them. She could if I have to live without you, then so be it.
exactly.
And they go after stable land at all costs.
And that's why I love your love saga because the woman is taking the lead.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do love that. And thank you, like my mom said, thank you again for your
Your service.
service.
Thank
I
you.
knew
Thank you
she
for your
was going to
service.
say that when she answered that
Thank you for
question.
your
This is
service.
why I love this show
Thank you.
to help people to get to know the author and when they're where they was coming from when they was writing their
Let's give her a
stories.
snap for her service.
Yes, please give her a
Snap
snap.
for your service.
Oh, thank you,
Yes,
lady. Thank you, lady.
yes. I say I'm giving you a snap, not just for your service, but for changing the game of love saga.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Oh
That
yeah.
was my
Yes.
goal. That
You
honestly
Game changer.
definitely you
was
Game
definitely
changer.
changed the game because
Yeah.
like you said they always make it like we
Yeah.
need to be rescued and we're
Yes.
helpless
Captain
and
save them.
we're so lost in the man. No honey, they lost in me.
they
Mm.
Okay.
lost us. Well,
You right.
I think
You
the
right.
largest
You right.
misconception when it comes to the woman of color, Caucasian male, is that they're drawn to us from a libido perspective. Nothing could be further from the truth. They're
Mm,
drawn to us for our strength and our resilience and our ability to get in the middle of the chaos and calm the storm.
Yes.
yes.
That in itself is compelling and intriguing to any man, period. And but no one can I feel that women of color, we don't have to bring anything to the table because we're the chairman and chairwomen of the board.
I
So why
know
would I
that's
bring
right.
anything to the table? I tell you what, you can't come to my table without an invite.
Say that,
I
JC.
said you better come to the table with something.
Right? Don't just come to the table with no spoon and fork. You
And
better
ain't
add
no empty
something.
plate. Ain't no empty plate. There better be something on that plate.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
I now I had to bring this up because I love when I was reading before I started reading and I was reading your information about what your book was about that you have one of your characters that struggle with PTSD
Mm-hmm.
and I was very like oh my goodness I'm so glad she has that in the book because I want to ask you do you think your book helped people get a better understanding of
Yes,
what PTSD is?
I do because most people, when you mention PTSD, they feel that the person is about to hang themselves or jump off the rafters or they're skittish around them. That's not how PTSD works. PTSD manifests itself over every part of your life. All of
Mhm.
it is emotional intel that's reminding you that, hey, I'm here, I'm there. And it depends on you, the person, and the type of structural, um, the way you structure your life is how you either deal with it or PTSD will deal with you. Of
Yeah.
course, being a woman of color, PTSD, I'm going to deal with you. You're not going to deal with me. Period. And I wanted people to see that it's not the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Yes.
You can
That's
have a healthy relationship and go on with your life and not have that being an anchor or the scarlet letter on your chest.
I think that was so beautiful.
Thank you so
I
much.
thank you for helping people be more educated about it because you're right. Because at first, and I'm gonna be honest, you know, Sister Goose is a very honest person.
I do.
When it came to PTSD, before I read your book, and that's why I asked because you changed my mind about it.
Really?
Whenever you see people talk about PTSD on the movie and stuff, like you said, they make it look like they're crazy or they're dangerous to be around. You don't know
Right.
what you're gonna get out of what from them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, I had a moment in my life where I was going to be able to be with someone who was going in the army, and I broke up with them because I didn't want to deal with that.
It's
That's
a
what
lot
the
to
word
deal with.
means.
Yes, and
Post-traumatic what?
yeah,
Post
post traumatic distress.
stress syndrome.
Yeah, but I'm just being honest. Y'all know Sister Goose, she keeps it real on the show.
Yes.
But after reading your book and seeing how your character is, and
Right.
I realized it's not the way that the movies make it, like you said.
No. Mm-mm.
It's not like that. It's not something that they just have a crazy moment out of nowhere, nothing.
Right.
It can be just like depression where it just becomes an emotional thing,
Right.
like you
Most
said.
PTSD have triggers. Something have to trigger you to take you that far off the cliff. Yeah, we'll have our moments where we'll get in a situation where it's a reminder of something trauma we've gone through in the past, military or not. But it's the movies make it seem like everywhere you go, you're just freaking
Yeah.
out, skittish, or you're jumpy. That's not how that works.
But then when you think about it, think about it like this. I think about it like this. It's like it put you out there to kill people. Then you gotta come back and live regular.
You're gonna come
Right.
back at least halfway crazy, but it's a functional. There's PTSD
Yeah,
functional.
Right.
It's not where you locking yourself away from the world in the room, and it does make relationships complicated, but it doesn't make them
hmm
impossible. But
yeah,
you tend to form stronger bonds.
Yeah.
Period. Plus, most people with PTSD I think, have stronger and better relationships.
yeah. And you also made me realize that people with PTSD they have their safe space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We definitely
And that
say
was an eye opener for me, and that sometimes that person
thank you
can
for no
be their safe.
spoilers.
Yes. Look, Sister Goose do her homework, y'all, and know that.
Hmm.
Deep in the book. Okay.
Yes, I
Mhm.
do. I do my homework, honey. First of all, let's make this clear. When I first met you, I already started looking,
Oh,
so you was
okay.
already interested in me. And when I was listening to your podcast, which we'll get in the second part too, when we do the second part, I already started getting interested,
Oh
and
boy.
so I started reading. And that's why I say that your book changed my mind
Mhm.
on PTSD
I'm so glad to hear that
of
because
realizing that people have a safe place, and sometimes that person can be their safe place person too. And I just want to say to everyone who has PTSD, even though you may not know me, I apologize
Yes.
for prejudging you.
Yes.
I really do, because I didn't understand. And I thank Jay Z for helping me and breaking it down for me to understand. Because I
Mm.
feel like when people read your book, who
They'll
might
get
be
it too.
like me, that they will get it too. Because that's the same thing. with me as a person who deal with depression. And when people think of me, they might think of all these crazy things. Well, y'all do this, this, and that. I was doing the same thing to y'all that people do to us, and I apologize for that. So
Oh my,
I just wanted to say that publicly.
you're up here crying, girl.
Everything.
Jesus. It wasn't supposed to be this way.
I know. Well, Sister
Oh,
Goose. Sometimes Sister Goose go there,
You gonna do that thing?
and I apologize, but I just felt like that needed to happen because it happens a lot in our culture
Close your day.
where they make a lie off of something of us and change something like PTSD into something that is totally not.
You gonna do that?
And then that makes other people prejudge us a different way and take us wrong, where they're so uneducated about the situation and they don't understand you, but they're going off by what the man told them of you.
exactly.
And that's why I felt like me as a person, and I hope other people, if you was like me, apologize to people you know that
Mhm.
might be like that too. But it's okay to apologize and say, you know what, I was wrong.
Right.
I misjudged you. I did not understand.
Mhm.
Thank you for educating me. So now I know.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I know.
That's
the
good.
book. I had to, because for me, when I wrote this book was also healing for me,
Mhm.
very much so. I just had to make that point that understand why this soldier is the way he is, or she, whomever. When they come home, hug them for real.
Right?
Don't hug them with that, mental and emotional space between you.
Yes.
Hmm.
And I totally get it now. And I
Hmm.
get what you mean when you say hug them for real. And when she say that, she mean give them that emotional connection, spiritual
Mm-hmm.
connection, letting
And
them know I don't understand, but I'm here for you.
Yeah.
yes, if you
Connection. You're not 100%, but I'll be that 100% for you while you're slowly getting your percent back
Right.
together.
Right.
I'll make up the deficit. I'm here to make
Yes.
the deficit.
So
Hmm.
I totally get it. And like I said, your story is different. It's definitely a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did that for me, imagine what else you're going to do to other people.
Yes.
So people, please, please read Jay Z's book because if you're like me, I promise you, her book's going to help you see it different.
Yes.
So enough of crying because you know I was about to do it myself. um, let me ask you this next question. What do you well if I didn't already answer
Right.
it,
Right.
what do you want readers to take away from your book after reading it, other than what I just said? Huh? What else would you want readers to take away from it?
That love stories, be it military, romantic, erotic, or whatever, can be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Not every woman wants the ring. A man's love. To, we have a saying. We used to have a saying. I mean, it may be harsh for some people to hear, but we were soldiers. Let's just keep it real. We would always say, a man's love is worthless. His respect is everything.
Yes, yes,
Because
you're
if
right.
if he doesn't respect you,
Can we say that again? If he doesn't respect you, like Tina Turner said, what love got to do with it?
Mm.
I mean, everyone, I want to be loved. I want to be loved. No, I don't want to be loved. I want your respect. I love
Yes.
my, I love myself enough for you, me, and everybody else. I don't need that. I need your
Hmm.
respect and
And
respect
from
shown and demonstrated.
I think that's wonderful. I'm
Hmm.
glad you said that because that's true.
Yeah, because I
You
don't
know,
take sloppy seconds.
and I'm really glad that you said that not all women want to ring. Every woman's different. Now don't
Right.
get twisted. Sister Goose, she wanted her ring. She got a ring. Sister
I mean, well,
Goose got her ring, but not
I want,
all.
but
Right? You in the
but
club?
I don't want what.
Look,
I want to have fun.
look, sugar mama said, but I don't. But not all women don't, and it's okay if you
it's
don't.
okay. I would still be
And
here
I
if I didn't have it.
exactly. Exactly.
Because
I think that's so wonderful. Look, I'm
this
getting this thing
will
out of
not
the way.
roll me to the ground
Exactly. It does not define me.
at all.
It does not make me who I am. Like I said, that's just some extra sugar in my Kool-Aid because I was already sweet.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Hello.
That's good right there.
Mhm.
Say it again for
So
people in the cheap seats.
yes, and I will say it again because, honey, if there's any woman out there, you remember that they are not the sugar in your Kool-Aid. They just that extra sugar that you adding in there, that little fruit that you putting at the top to float
Okay.
that make it look a little. No, you use all that you need, baby.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
So don't let no man define who you are.
Prego, it's in
Not
there.
the least.
Yes. So I have to ask you one last question before we break it down for part two, because you know part two is for the people who like and subscribe. You want to get deeper.
Ooh.
Um, when did you fall in love with writing?
I don't, well, you're too young to know. Your mom would remember. But when I was young, I remember the first set of encyclopedias and childcraft books that we
You
got.
remember that?
Hmm?
You remember the old childcraft books,
You
childcraft
said the old child craft books and encyclopedia.
that
You
came
said, yeah.
They came out like in 70, 1970, 69. They had this one book full of
I don't
rhymes and
know about that.
stories, and I fell in love with them then. My
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my father bought us. We were just little tykes. I was kindergarten. No, I was second grade. That's when I got my first childcraft set. And
Okay.
I used to scribble. I scribbled everywhere I went. I went to school for nursing, and my teacher pulled me over. She said, "Excuse me, you're in the wrong class. You need to be in literature." I was like, "I beg your pardon." I spent all this money. I said, "The government has spent all this money because they're the ones who's sending me to this school for nursing." And she said, She said, "Your grades are great, but your passion's not there. Your passion is in this, in writing."
Wow.
And she referred me to a better. They transferred me out of one literary class into another.
Oh, wow. That's
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. If that ain't God right there,
I,
okay?
I've been writing. I mean, when I got out the military, when I divorced the first time, the way I supported my daughter and I is I wrote research papers for soldiers.
Oh,
Until
okay. So yes.
she said, "I don't know who you all think you fooling, but I know you wrote this." What are you talking about? She
I know
said,
what you mean.
she said,
Cause I,
I've graded too many of your papers. And she did. I had to come clean and tell her. I said, well, I had to help them. I mean, I can't say no.
right.
And so she just laughed. She just laughed it off. But it was funny that she called us both.
I know. Look, I told my teacher, and she caught us. I wasn't, I didn't write it for him. I was like, I didn't write it for him. I just told him words. She said
What?
it's the same thing. I
No,
said, no, y'all said if we write it.
I wrote that paper, did the research, did everything. She said, you could have at least put some simple words. I might have believed that, but it was funny. I mean, it was a lesson learned though, too, for us.
Yes. So, but look at that, how God works where he had a teacher tell you,
She
Mm-hmm.
did. She
you
made
ain't
me.
meant to be here, baby.
Yeah, she was
You
like,
ain't,
She's like, you do not. I don't want to see you here next year.
and I think that's wonderful because, a lot of them won't do that.
They
So
They
won't.
ain't
that,
paying attention. They ain't paying
yeah,
attention.
that shows that you had that little light in you that shined through. But she
I
was
just
like, this, she ain't
right.
supposed to be here.
I just love writing because I took business law. Was a minor, and we had to do a research paper. And he told us to do 12 pages. I turned in 24 pages. He called me out. He's like, take this back. I'm not reading all. I told you 12 pages. That's what I meant. 12 pages. And
Uh,
we'll redo it and shorten it and everything. He was not, I was up all night long.
oh, wow.
He was not about to do, he said, I'm not about to read 24 pages from you.
Well, look, can we give a snap to the teacher who told her she
Yeah.
better not be here next year?
What's that teacher's name?
She
You
was
look, if
so
you can
sweet.
give a shout out. If you remember the teacher's name, give her a shout out.
I think it was Mrs. Anders, Andrus, Andrus Andres,
Yeah, that teacher.
son.
Well, we shout you out, honey. Thank you
Teacher,
because
yeah, we shout you out.
she's doing what she's supposed to do right now, writing
Thank
these
you.
books,
Yeah, that's
changing the saga game.
Thank
She
you.
making history. Jay Z, thanks for listening to that teacher. Go
I
ahead with your bad self.
thank you very much. I did.
Yes.
I wish
Well,
more people were
everyone,
like that.
we're going to have to cut this short. If you want to see the next round of questions, please make sure you like and subscribe at the bottom.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
And you can see part two with Jay Z and us as we get a little bit more deeper into knowing the Arthur and hearing her other books that she wrote too, also. So please follow us on the next episode, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys there.